Hey guys, welcome to another video of Multi WhatsApp Scheduler version 3.1. So in this video, I'm going to talk about that how to use this sheet. So I hope that in the previous video, what I told you to make a copy of the sheet and check your license, and you have taken those steps and your license and all that thing is already verified, and you have made the copy of this sheet. Because moving forward in this video, I'm going to tell you the four steps how to use this sheet. So how to begin using with these sheets, like how you start using this sheet. So step number one, if you can see on my screen, is create a template. So if I take you to my sheet and you see there are multiple tabs, and I've already explained you about these tabs and their functionalities, what exactly their functionalities are. So first step, as it says that create template. So first step is we need to create a template. So for creating the template, we need to go to WA sheet over here, and we need to add our templates over here. So I've already given some predefined templates into this, so you can replace them. And how you can replace them is by clicking on this multi WhatsApp scheduler part on the top, and then you can click on settings and click on show template properties. So once you click on this show template properties, so it will open up a pop-up on your window, and as the pop-up is opening up, it will fetch the old templates, existing templates also, and you can create a new template also. So let's begin by first fetching the old template. It's there. So if you see one, I've already fetched this template. So now okay, so I'll use this sheet because this is a demo version. So I'll click on this and I'll show template properties, and let me open up a duplicate of this also, so that side by side I'll give you a demo also that what exactly is happening. So if you see right now, I've selected template number one, and it's populated the data of template number one, template body name and all that. And if you see over here on my screen, this is the template body which it has fetched, and this is the attachment, and the attachment is there. Then unsubscribe link is on, personalized WhatsApp personalized attachment is off, send template as it's nothing was there, so it's empty, so that's why it has given me an option of choose. Send button is on. If you see, send button is on, and then there's nothing in the header, so that's why it's not showing anything. So what you need to do is, now let's make some changes into this template body. So let me create a new template. Hi, I'll just make it as tab. So guys, if I'm using this back arrow and front arrow, if you see, these are tags. So basically when you are sending the WhatsApp message, these tags actually get replaced by the value of the header. So if I'm using name over here, so over here in contacts, if you see there's the name header, so it will get replaced by Gaurav. Like whatever the mobile number it will gonna pick up, it will get replaced by that particular thing. So I'll just add my mobile number, and let me go back to the window and name, hi name, and then let's suppose we are sending a message to somebody who has registered for your webinar. Congratulations on registering for my upcoming, I'll just write webinar name, and then I'll type, so let me increase the size of the box. So you can increase the size of the box by clicking here, and then below is your Zoom link to join the webinar, and I'll mention, so I'll mention Zoom link. So guys, what you need to do is you need to be careful when you are using these headers, when you are using these tags into this, it should be same as there in your sheet. It should not be like, if you are using webinar name, it should be exactly same on your sheet. It should not be like you are writing W small over here and you are using small w over here, and you have capital W over there in your sheet. So like if I talk about this and let me write Zoom link, webinar name, date, day, and let me add few more columns over here: time, duration, and WhatsApp group, and webinar ID. So these are all my headers. Now I'll go back over here, Zoom link, and and webinar. So I'll mention, you can use emojis also into this, and you can mention date, then you can write date, you can mention day, day, then you can have emoji again, time, time, you can, sorry, I collect duration, duration. Then we'll mention here are, okay, make sure to log in to the webinar 15 minutes early. Also, there is a link, there is a button below. I will not write it over here. This will not write it. Make sure to line 15 minutes early. Yeah. If the above webinar ID, if the above Zoom link doesn't work, kindly use this webinar ID to log in directly into the webinar. And then after that you can add webinar ID, and then you can have tag webinar ID. I think we gave the same tag, yes. So now if you want to make it bold, like if you want to make it bold, then you can add these asterisk signs also into this. I'll add asterisk signs. So whatever way you want to make it, you can add those asterisk signs at the end if you want to make it bold. Now, if you want to make this italics, just add these underscores in the end. So these are all common symbols for text formatting of the WhatsApp. So you can use that, and then see you inside the webinar. I'll just mention thanks and regards, Gaurav Templa. Fine. So this is my template, which I send when people. So my MP4 file, video file is already there. You can add your video file or your any file you want to add, like MP4, PDF. If you are sending any PDF, or if you are using image file, then you can add your JPEG file also. Any of the files you want to add. I'll turn it off. I'll turn off this. So guys, one more thing. If you are using MP4 or JPEG file, then you have an option to select the caption, as I told you into the previous videos also, that you can, the caption thing only gonna work with MP4 or JPEG file. It will not going to work with PDF file, or you are sending an MP3 file. Caption only MP4 and JPEG file. If it's PDF, it will not going to work. So moving forward, you should choose caption or message accordingly. So now we have MP4 file over here, so we'll choose caption, and then we need a header button. I already showed you what exactly the header button is. So if you want that, you can add that. Like I'll add thanks. I'll add like yeah, I'll add important message. This I'll add. And so in header, you can't use those special formatting tools of WhatsApp. Like you can't use asterisk and all that. They will not. It has a standard format, and in that format only it will going to come. And buttons, you can have icon buttons and all that. So you can add your own buttons over here. Buttons I'll share. I'll be making a video about that also. And then in footer you can write. Uh, Kindly click on join webinar here button. So we can write, we can have this below this message to join webinar, and then we can also have PostScript into this. Yeah, yeah. Over here we can add one more thing in this, that we PS will add PS if the above webinar joining link is not active, kindly click on activate link button below this message. So we'll edit our buttons. So we have two buttons. We're gonna delete these buttons, and then we'll add uh, join webinar here, and we'll have, if you want to add a Zoom link, you can directly write whatever Zoom link you have given over here. This Zoom link, you can add the same tag over here, and we'll add Zoom link, and then we'll add one more button, quick reply button. It will be activate link, activate link. So now we have already added that, and join webinar here. So these are variables. So you want to keep them, you can keep them. You want to delete them, you can delete them. So I think yeah, I need to click on add button. So I've added them, and then I'll click on submit. So if you see, I've submitted the button. Now it will show that the information saved successfully. And if I go on this sheet, which is my duplicate copy of that, so you see that the whole message has come over here, and it has all been updated. Now this is the way you add your template messages into this. So now I showed you how to edit the existing template. Now moving forward, if I want to add a new template, so if I want to add a new template, I will, so let's suppose I want to add a new template. So I'll click on new template. It will ask me to enter a template number. So I'll add template number 3, and I'll add thanks for joining the webinar. Below is the link to download your committed gifts. Yeah. So now I added that. I'll no attachment is required. I don't need attachment. I'll send button, and I like icon button, and I like click download gifts here. So if you want to add any emojis over here, you can add your emojis also, and URL button, I'll add some sample button, testingurl.com. I'll just add that, and I'll leave rest of the things as blank. And if you see right now, it has only till two templates over here. The moment I click on submit, you'll see a new template has already added to this. So you can see that thanks for joining the webinar. Below is the link to join to add your this thing, and just a second, just a second. The button value has not come. Oh, sorry. I have to add this also, and I'll click on submit again. So now if you see, some error has come up, so I'll just delete this. Yeah. So now I've added this, and I'm gonna close this. And once I've closed this, now this is how you create your templates, edit your template, and just play around with this feature and see exactly how it works. And now moving forward to my next step. Next step says that you need to turn on your schedule trigger. So what is the next step? Schedule trigger is, so you need to go on to schedule sheet over here, and then you need to click on this button, turn trigger on. So we're gonna click on turn trigger on button, and it will ask you, do you want to set up a new trigger? Just click on this yes, and do it once. Don't do it multiple times. Do it once and wait. And wait for some time. It will show you the pop-up, and then let it run, and it will show you the values over here. So this is how you schedule your trigger, and once it is done, you don't have to touch anything. Let it run automatically. Don't worry, it will not gonna send the WhatsApp messages till the time you don't have a scheduler in place. So you need to schedule your messages for the message WhatsApp messages to go. So don't worry, it will not going to send the WhatsApp messages. This scheduler must always be turned on in order for you to send the WhatsApp messages. So now moving forward, we have already turned on the trigger. The other option to turn on the trigger is, like, you can turn on the trigger from here also, from the menu option, and you can turn on the trigger from here also. So if you want to delete the trigger, then you can click on this button again, and it will ask you, do you want to delete the trigger? And trigger is already set up. Do you want to delete it? I'll click on yes. So I want to delete it, so it will delete the trigger. Now if I want to set up the trigger from here, the same thing will happen from there also, and it will set up the trigger from there. So they are both the options. You can set up the trigger from directly by clicking on this button, or from going to the menu option also. So now moving forward, once you have turned on the trigger, now the next thing is you need to add your contacts into this. So right now I've added the contact manually. Like, let me delete this row, and I'll show you that how exactly it gets added. Let me first delete this. Yeah, so if I want to add a contact, I'll just, if you want to add a contact manually, you can copy paste all those values over here. So I'll add manually over here. I'll just write 987132442, and I'll schedule tag, I'll add testing, and that's it. For adding the contact, we need only these things. Now we don't need these things right now. And if you want to add anything over here, Zoom link, I'll add Zoom link as testingzoom.com. Webinar name is testing the, I'll just write testing the webinar, and I'll mention 5th December 2022. So guys, you need to make sure one thing: whenever you are using date or any kind of a letter or any kind of a number, you need to add apostrophe in front of this. Like, you need to add this particular character in front of this particular character. If you see this particular apostrophe, because otherwise what it will do, I'll show you. If I'll add 5, I'll add 5, oh wait, 05 December, sorry, December 2022. So what it will do, it will convert it into a date. So it will convert it into a numerical formula. So in order to avoid that, you need to add apostrophe whenever you are adding date, time, or any number into this. So I'll just do 05 December, sorry, December DECEM December 2022. Then day is Monday. Time is your I call it as 8. So now if you see, I'll show you about time also. If I'll add this, if I'll add this 8 p.m., it will convert into this format, 24-hour format. So in order to avoid that, so what I will do, I will add apostrophe 0800 p.m. Fine. So it has added now 2 hours. Now I'll add WhatsApp group ID wagroup.com, and webinar ID, anything I can add, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So I've added the values manually over here. You can add like via Zapier or Pabbly into the Google Sheet, and I'll add my email ID also, Gaurav 262001 at gmail.com. So I've added pretty good. I've added all the values over here, just like how you can add it manually. And now moving forward, the next step is scheduling messages. So now we want to send a message. Let's suppose I've added only one value over here of contact. You can add multiple values of contact. You can add like 500, 600, 700 contacts into this. After adding that, you can schedule the messages. So what we can do is we can click on schedule, and I'll just delete this schedule. And now once we have the schedule, so for adding the schedule, what we need to do is we need to click here. We need to click on schedule meeting in the menu. So once we have clicked on that, it will open up a new window over here for scheduling the messages. And then we can select on like WA. We'll select WA. We'll select the tag, only one testing tag, because the only contact has a testing tag over here. So let me show you something. If I add one more contact over here with the same details, but I'll change the number and I'll add as testing one, testing dash one. And if I go back and again open this up, schedule meeting. So you see it will show the tags. So it will auto populate the tags over here. So now we have three templates. So whatever template you want to schedule it, like I'll schedule testing. I want to send tag one, and date is like I'll schedule it 4th. Right now it's 11:49 p.m. So I'll just mention 11:49. So it has already selected. I'll make it as 11:51 p.m. So guys, one thing, if you want to send messages in the near future, you need to have at least 10 to 15 minutes time gap. But I'm gonna show you manually over here. So I'm putting a 2 minutes gap. But if you want to send messages in a near future, like if you want to send messages around 11:30, 11 to 12 p.m. or like 1 a.m., then you need to have at least 15 minutes of gap when you are scheduling the messages. So I click on add schedule. So once I click on add schedule, you see the schedule has been added. I'll show you into this sheet. So schedule has been added, and I've added like a very less time gap. So it has turned true. True means the schedule has already been updated and it is already in a process to run. And now I'll add one more schedule, and I'll add a schedule of 11:57. So moment I'll add 11:57, you'll see over here another schedule 11:57, but it is showing false. So the true part comes in when it falls in the range of 5 minutes, means plus minus 5 minutes. It will show the true. And what happens when it shows the true? Once it is true, a process runs at the background, and what the process does is it populates the template number in front of the tag. So let me go and manually change this over here, like testing one. Sorry, testing dash one. Yeah. So so if you see right now, it has turned true, but I'll do it manually for you to just for this video sake. So I'll click on setup schedule. You don't have to do this step. This step will happen automatically. I'm just showing you for the sake of demo purpose. Now it has come past over here because that part dress particular template number has already been scheduled into the template. And now what will happen? It has already scheduled that template number, and in a while the system will run and it will going to send the WhatsApp messages to this number with the template number, picking up all the values over here from this particular from these particular columns. So let's wait for like 1 or 2 minutes and see what exactly happens when it sends the WhatsApp. And let me see uh, if the yeah, so I'll go back into this, and So now as you can see that it has sent the WhatsApp message. Now let me go back to my WhatsApp and see. I received the WhatsApp message over here. Important message. See whatever I showed you into the template, the whole thing has come up over here. Join webinar over here. If I click on this link, and the same link is coming, activate link. So I click on this activate link, and then testing Zoom. If you see, the date has been replaced. In our template over here, I showed you that it has day, time, duration. So they all are being replaced. All the values has been replaced now, and webinar ID it has picked up. So we are pretty good to go. So this is how we set up the schedule also for this. So once that schedule is set up and already done, so this will make its own process. This will work by its own process to send the WhatsApp messages to your clients or the scheduled people who have already scheduled. So now if you see 57, now it's 54, and it is falling in the range of 5 minutes. So it has turned this one also true. So what will happen now, it will look out for the batch number T testing -1. So it will populate the template number over here, and it will send the WhatsApp message to those people who are falling in this template message in this batch number. So guys, I hope you got the clarity about how exactly this system works. So I would recommend you to play around with this system, do some experimentation and do some sending of the WhatsApp messages, but do take care of the banning issues of the WhatsApp. Please don't blast your messages. Take care of while sending the messages that you are sending the messages only to your clients, not any cold leads or any kind of a blasting or anything. Send it to your leads who have enrolled for your program or who are your customers. So make sure that you take care of this thing. So with that, I'm gonna see you into the next video where I'll be talking about that how you can populate this Google Sheet using some external softwares like Zapier and Pebbly, that how you can populate the data into this sheet. So I'm gonna show you some workflows which I have created from where I am populating the data into this Google Sheet. So till then, goodbye, take care, and all the best.